speed chain on my boat. When I'm traveling down the road or anything, it's always good. Safety is always big for me. I've already, and here's my trolling motor strap, already unstrap it. The covers for my Lowrances are already off, so we don't have to worry about that. I come back here to the back of my boat. Of course, everybody who knows me knows that I run lithium batteries, some of the lightest batteries on the market. So we're gonna turn those on. All good there. And of course, we checked the oil before we left home, so we have oil in the boat, so we don't have to worry about that. Come under here. Put the plug in. Boat straps off on this side. Safety buttons. Trim the motor up. We got that. And then what I normally do is I come around here because I'm running the Evinrude E-Tech. What I normally do after then, I make sure everything, this is part of my safety inspection. You know, there's nothing behind me on the ramp, you know, because sometimes you go to these ramps and people have left things on the ramp, or there's kids playing in the area. So it's always good to walk behind your boat and make sure between the boat and the water, it's all clear. Even though I'm sitting in a designated boat lane marked by the rocks on the left and right side. This is a 3-lane boat ramp, but it's always a good idea. And me personally, because I like to make sure that everything is squared away, I always look to see if there's maybe like nails or something that can stick in my tires. So I always kind of check the ramp before I go down. The next thing I do is I come around here, power up the boat, turn the key for the motor, and then I walk back to the front of the boat. Everything's done on this side, and I jump back in the boat. I jump back in, and what I'll do is, because I'm by myself, I normally take the strap and wind it out about 4 times, and then click it back so that it'll stay locked in place. And then I'll get in the boat and I'll launch, and then we'll see. Here, so watch what I do. I know a lot of people don't like to get their feet wet, but I'm wearing my awesome Zico shoes, so it doesn't bother me to get in the water and get a little wet because it's still warm here in Louisiana, so it's no big deal. So since it's still warm, I just let my trailer out, and as you can see, the line is already out on the boat as far as it'll go. So what I do is I'll just jump up here, because the boat's almost off the trailer, and just let it out some more. Now I'm between there, and I can just kind of sit here and then push the boat off a little bit, step up and jump on the boat. And because the boat's already started and everything, I'm already kind of float off, like I said, because of the wind. So I usually pull my stuff out, grab my vest, jump in my vest, Even though I'm just gonna put my boat over there on the bank, it's still a good idea to always wear your vest. You never know what could happen. So, and we just back off the boat all nice and easy. And right now the lake is pretty low. The lake is at 169. So we have a lot of, it's easy to park on the bank and stuff. So we'll just pull in over here on the bank. And make sure, to keep your motor trimmed up coming in, because like I say, the lake is pretty low. And you just ease into the bank. And there we go. What you want to do is make sure that the truck hits the center of this lane, and you turn. And you see how it lines up really nicely. So all you do is just now, you're basically in the hole. It's just a straight line backing. And me, I can't back looking out the windows with my head hanging out. So I was always taught to back using my mirrors. So anytime you're looking at the Triton, for me, Triton, when I'm looking at the Triton name, that means that my trailer is evenly behind my truck. So when I start to see the Triton name disappear, that means I need to turn, it tells me that I need to turn left or right. So I just ease into the water. And you don't want to cover the trailer because the boat will overshoot the trailer. So what I do is this right here. And there's a couple little things I can do before I actually get on the boat. The rinses are already off. Everything's already off on the boat. Again, only what I do. And I'm particular about always trying to stay safe. We know we're not all the way on the trailer, but that's okay, because what I normally do is I'll get myself on the trailer as close as I can, because I don't like, me personally, I don't like to run all the way up on the hook. So I'll just step down. Now you're on. And what I do is, I know I don't have to, but it's just a habit. I'll go ahead, stick my safety strap on there, and make sure, always make sure the boat's trimmed up. And just ease out. And what you want to do is, and now you're out of the water.